All right, welcome back to Real Estate Bites, my friends. This is episode number 70, take two on the day. I don't know if any of you caught it, but I kind of screwed this up a little bit earlier in the day. As I'm trying to pre-record this, I've got an obligation here in the afternoon. Nevertheless, Real Estate Bites, episode number 70. I'm coming at you every single week on Fridays at noon. I endeavor to bring you guys news and insights and some of the best information about real estate, whether it's local or national, that you're going to find. Today, I've got some great information. I'm bringing a guest, Molly Safran, one of my agents on the Right Sales team, to talk about USDA loans and a solution that they provide for the housing affordability crisis here in the United States. This is a subject I've talked about a number of times here on the program, and I'm very excited to have Molly come on and talk to us about this solution. Hey, stick around to the end. After stats, we always look at the big sale of the week in the preceding week. Here in Lorain County. And this one's a fun one. So without further ado, let's get Molly on here to talk to us about USDA loans and how they can provide a real solution to many buyers in regards to affordable housing or improving your purchasing power for sure. Here we go. I'd like to welcome Molly Safran back to Real Estate Bites. Molly is a rock star real estate agent here on Right Sales team. And Molly, welcome back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming today. So you recently did a deal with a USDA loan, but this isn't Grandpa's USDA loan. This is a little bit different thing that most agents and consumers are unaware of. And you were actually on the listing side of this deal, and you learned of what was going on from the buyer of the property. So tell us about the USDA loan that you worked with when you sold this house.
Yeah, so I noticed when I got the pre-approval over on the deal that it looked a little bit different than I've normally seen, and it had the interest rate listed on there at the 4.375%, and that really sparked an interest because obviously that's much lower than the current market rates. And so I started looking into it, and it turns out it's called a single family housing direct home loan. And there's a bunch of requirements that you have to meet to be able to apply for this, but you can head over to rd.usda.gov and read on a bunch of those. And then that also shows the income eligibility, which, well, let me just read through these real quick and I'll tell you. So effective November 1st, the current rate for a single family housing direct home loan is 4.375 for low income and very low income borrowers. But according to their website, for the Cleveland through Elyria, Ohio area, a very low income borrower who's just a single person would be $48,600 and can go all the way up to as much as $77,750. So not your typical low income that you might normally see. The requirements aren't as strict as some things.
Nothing is typical about this. You're talking about 4.375% interest rate, which is significantly lower. I think this morning here on June 26th, when we were pre-recording this, interest rates for a conventional note are around 6.9, and that's before loan level price adjustments. 4.375 is incredibly low compared to the market today. And then to repeat what you said, very low income is 46,000, something like that, 48,600.
Yep.
And then isn't there a lower interest rate you could get if you qualify as a very low income buyer?
Yeah. So it says interest rates when modified by payment assistance, because they offer payment assistance as well through this. As far as I'm aware, not everybody gets that, but the lower income you are, the more likely you're able to get these things. And it said it can be as low as a 1% interest rate.
Incredible. So very low income is around $48,000. And then low income is at $77,000, which is not a bad annual income here in the greater Cleveland area. All right. I'm sorry for apologizing, Molly. Keep rocking.
No, you're good. And then it also says up to 33-year payback period, 38-year payback period for low income applicants who can't afford the 33-year loan. So they're able to adjust things basically to make you be able to afford the payment based on your income, which I don't know that any other lender can do something like that. So,
Super low
it
interest
also
rates, super long amortization periods. What were you going to say?
there's also a list of requirements on their website, but I'm not sure how strict they are on these because the people that I dealt with didn't seem like they had too many issues with it. I'm going to read through them real quick. It says, be without safe and sanitary housing, be unable to obtain a loan from other resources on terms and conditions that can be reasonably be expected to meet, agree to occupy to the property. So you have to obviously live in the house as your primary residence. Obviously, you have to have meet citizenship or eligible non-citizenship requirements, and that's pretty much it. So there's really not a whole lot of requirements to have to be eligible for this.
This is government, Molly. What about the loan application?
Yes, so I have had several buyers apply for this, and they have let me know that it is about 43 pages long for the application. So it is by
Which is
no means
crazy.
easy. Yeah, and actually, when we're done with this, I have the emails to the lenders, or I think that's what you would call them, but the lenders who work with this loan, I have their emails, so I can go ahead and put them in the comments below this when you post it.
That'd be great. That would be great. So, just to recap for you folks out there, this loan program is directly through the United States Department of Agriculture. Most agents don't know about this. You're not going to hear about it from your loan officer because obviously it's outside of what they do. A loan officer is not going to get paid if they originate a USDA loan, right? I take that back. If a loan officer originates a USDA loan, they will get paid. However, you're going to get a premium on top of these ultra low interest rates because that's how they will get paid. If you go directly through USDA, there's no broker involved, and that's why you're not going to hear about it if you go to your local loan officer or your bank branch. 4.375% interest rate, which is incredibly low compared to today's market. A super long amortization period, 33 to 38 years, I believe you said. And so, again, this is directly through the government. You got to go, Molly, what was that website again?
It is rd.usda.gov. And when you go
Thank
on
you.
their website, you'll also see so obviously this is the USDA direct loan, but there is another loan, and that's the one you're talking about that you can go to other lenders through. You can also apply for that loan on their website, and it will show you like their partner lenders. That's also a great loan too because it's no money down. So
Excellent. So, if you're looking to shop for a home in a rural area, which sometimes doesn't need to be nearly as rural as you might think, this obviously is a fantastic opportunity. Molly, thank you so much for coming on today and telling me and everybody else about this very cool loan product that most people simply don't know about.
yes, no problem. It was great being on. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You have a great day.
Bye.
So that was Molly Safran coming on and educating us about this interesting solution from the United States Department of Agriculture. Before we get into the weekly stats, I just wanted to show you guys if this is something you're interested in and you've been shopping and you've been looking and you want to know if the property that you're looking at and you're interested in buying is eligible. Let me show you real quick how to figure that out. It's super simple. So I'm going to share my screen here. And all right, so I'm just going to Google USDA loan eligibility map. There it pops up, first link. I'm going to click that link. All right, so it takes you here. Sometimes there is a disclaimer, but because I tested this before I came on here, and I already selected that disclaimer. It took me right to here, but there'll be a disclaimer saying, hey, sometimes we're not always perfectly accurate about our own products and services because we are indeed the United States government. It'll take you right here. I'm going to plug in the address for a listing I had. And you plug in the address, you hit go, and it tells you right away, this address is located in an eligible area, or obviously it would say it's not, right? So super simple to determine whether or not your property that you're interested in buying is eligible. All right. That said, again, thanks, Molly, for coming on and talking to us about that. Let's move into the statistics for last week's sales here in Lorain County. All right. So the current inventory as of this morning was 441 single-family homes and condominiums available for sale in the county. And as again, you can see, we may have hit our peak here about a month ago. Inventory has been declining for the past few weeks. The number of closings last week was 60. The median square feet of each closing was 1,731 square feet. The median home value was $262,500. Median square foot value was $158.65. Median days on market was 17 days on market. It looks like interest rates are steadily decreasing and getting better for buyers. This week, the market opened up at 6.84% for a conventional 30-year note. And remember, we were just talking about that 4.375%, right? So that's a full 2 points. That's hundreds of dollars less a month in a payment because of that improved interest rate going through the USDA. All right, so moving on to our big sale of the week. You can see it right there, $3.9 million in Avon Lake. The property was originally listed at 4.6, eventually sold at $3.9 million. And this $3.9 million number is exactly why we use median values, because that one sale was so significantly higher than all the rest. It would have pulled median square footage, home value, price per square foot. It would have pulled all of it up and into something that's not quite realistic. This is an outlier here, this 3.9 million. So at any rate, let's go take a look at this $3.9 million home in Avon Lake. And here it is, right on Lake Road, this big, beautiful palace on the lake. Look at some of these architectural features. The waterfall in the living room. You got the sheer, the beautiful rock structure. I imagine that's a concrete installation as opposed to rock and stone. Just some beautiful custom concrete that looks absolutely amazing. Look at the railing up above too. The gorgeous custom railing. Very, very nice. I mean, for 3.9 million, I suppose this is what you expect, but there are architectural features in this house that you simply don't see in very many other houses, like these little inset curtain rods here. Obviously, a phenomenal home at $3.9 million. Plenty of space, gigantic, gorgeous effects everywhere. Everything, of course, is high-end. How's that for a master bedroom and a view? Waking up in the morning, hitting your power control button, those curtains open up automatically, and you get to see what kind of activities happening out on the lake. Just amazing. Marble everywhere in the master bath. Absolutely beautiful. We'll get down in the basement. You have the theater. Additional baths. A locker room. Who's got a locker room in their house? Who has in all these locker? I mean, how many people are in the family? You know, what's going on? Why do you need a locker room? I mean, a urinal? This is not a typical, right, sort of thing. I mean, what's going on? Why do you got locker rooms and urinals in the house? How about that? Dude, that's something else right there. Beautiful. A basketball court. Okay. Locker room with multiple lockers. Basketball court with hardwood floor. Well, it makes sense once you understand that this was the house of former Cavaliers coach J.B. Bickerstaff, sold at $3.9 million in Avon Lake. That was the big one for the week, guys. Once again, I appreciate you guys joining me. I appreciate you coming back every week. If you like this stuff, please share this with friends and family. This is important information. If you got family or friends who are looking to buy a home in, Southern Lorain County, we're talking Grafton, LaGrange, parts of Oberlin, that one that I showed in the example about how to find out your eligibility, that was an Oberlin address. Wellington, Southern Lorain County. Obviously, if you get down into parts of Medina County, Erie, Huron, it's if it's quasi-rural to real rural, it's probably eligible for that USDA loan. So if you got friends and family looking for a rural property or a property at least set inside of a rural community, you got to share this information with them, guys. Take care of them. All right. As always, thank you guys for joining me. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. I love you, people. I'll see you next week.